Don't worry about anything around you. The totems will grab them. Watch. Let's get these all things up. What is he doing? He's getting pulled in. Let's get him over here. There we go. Let's get out of the way. It's gonna pull. Oh, here we got a rare. Lead him to the totem. He gets sucked in now. He won't leave there. He's stuck there now. Well, here's the bosses. They're there. They're nothing. They're pulled in. And it's sucking the stuff from, I know, it's pulling it from the side there. Why can't I do that with the Holy Flame Totem and take it to the extreme? And I've been theory crafting around with it, and I finally took it there, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's explain the combo real quick. Lo and behold, we found something broken. I was looking through, and I found this. 10% chance to taunt enemies on projectile hit. Hey dudes and dudettes, here with another Path of Exile video for you. This one's going to be special because this is the reveal of the build that I've been playing in the Delirium League, and the secret build I've been hinted at that I was going to be making and working on, and I just can't hold it out anymore. I gotta show you all what we've been doing and what me and my bro came up with, and we're gonna go into a map real quick, just a race course as an homage to the theory crafting video of this one that I did for y'all. We're going to show you what this does, and then I'm going to explain why it does it, why it's so cool, why it's so fun. I know you're looking at the spectres. What is that about? First off, you're going to start seeing some stuff happen, and we'll try to find the delirium real quick. I want to find the delirium first. Did we see it over there? Because I know people are wondering, hey, delirium, let's do delirium. Is it capable of doing delirium? First off, let's get these out of the way. Okay. Oh, I thought that was an enemy. It's just me. So let's do this. Let's push it in there. I'm still learning this thing's crazy awesome power. Let's go. Don't worry about anything around you. The totems will grab them. Watch. Let's get these all things up. What is he doing? He's getting pulled in. Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem for you. Oh, look at... Oh, there's a rare. So let's get it over there to him. Did he die already? No, there he is. Aha! Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, wait. We got some stuff back there. Get out of dodge. Let the totem take its effect. They'll be pulled in. Don't worry. Oop. Boop, boop. Let's get him. Come on. Come on. It's already pulling from this side, so we'll let it grab. Let it do its thing. Boop, boop. Now you're wondering, what in the world is going on? It's pulling everything in. There's a rare. Let's get him. Boop. Nah, these will come up here. They'll get pulled. Let's get him over here. There we go. Let's get out of the way. It's gonna pull. Oh, here we got a rare. Lead him to the totem. He gets sucked in now. He won't leave there. He's stuck there now. It's a black hole. Once you go in there, you don't get out. So let's keep going. Let's pull him in. He's gonna go. There we go. Oh, right here. Let him pull him in. Oh no, we need the arena. Oh no, no, the arena. The arena! Come on, go, 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 go. Well, here's the bosses. They're there. They're nothing. They're pulled in. And it's sucking the stuff from, I know, it's pulling it from the side there. I know. Is there anything left? Yeah, just push that there. It'll pull them in. So, you saw what this does. You're going, what in the world is that? It's pulling everything in. So let me explain. Let me turn down the music just a tad because it is awfully loud. And so I can explain to you. So the theory crafting of the last league's build was a Holy Flame Totem puller build that used reverse knockback. and a few different things that were from an old ranged attack totem build that someone made. Now, in it, they used Quill Rain and Tornado Shot, which was nerfed, so it doesn't work as effective as it used to in this league. But it had a very high cap point. It was very fun, obviously, and it was really cool. And I thought, why can't I do that with a Holy Flame Totem and take it to the extreme? And I've been theory crafting around with it, and I finally took it there, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's explain the combo real quick. You use Empire's Grasp, Eye of Innocence, and Torch Oak Step. Now, let me explain to you why these do what they do. So when you saw me pulling them in, that was because right here on Empire's Grasp it says knockback direction is reversed. That means instead of pushing them away, it pulls them in. And when you have knockback in your Holy Flame Totems, and you have a... Here's... I'll explain the allocate fending in a second. So when you have knockback this and you have knockback from other sources, your totems hit so fast they pull everything in really quick. And the more cast speed, the more projectile speed, the more you pull in, and further away you pull in. Now, this is where this comes in handy. With the rat build, the ranged attack totem build, you had to ignite targets to cause the ranged attack totems to take damage here. Because you'll see, it says, take 100 fire damage when you ignite an enemy. Flame totems have this great thing of being fire damage already, and being able to be enhanced by fire stuff very easily to ignite. So they ignite the enemies a lot, and it causes them to take 100 fire damage. And I know you're saying, whoa, wait, why would you want your totems to take damage? And that's where Torch Oak Step comes in. Now, it used to be on the Chieftain Ascendancy, but they changed it. In a little while, it was not viable. But then came Torch Oak Step, and it says, totems reflect 25% of their maximum life as fire damage to nearby enemies when hit. So what that means is that every time one of my totems ignites something, it causes itself to take damage because of Eye of Innocence, which causes it to pop off with 25% of its life used as a big spell or a nuke in an area around it. Now, it doesn't take the life away. Now, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, watch the totems. See that little burst that's coming off of them? Did you see it? Let's do that again. Let's see if we can't find something again to show you what I mean. There should be some over here. Now watch. See the little sparks coming off? That is it dealing its AoE damage. So when you see that and it's extremely fast, you see it bursting extremely fast, that's just because Holy Flame Totem ignites a lot when you put Immolate and you put Combustion in it. And then you have other investments to increase your ignite chance, like this. So with all of this working together, it pulls them in extremely well, but not enough for super fast delirium mobs. Like you saw, those big fast delirium guys, they can chase anyone down, right? They're so quick. So how did my totems pull them in? Well, they were a problem. And then I thought, what is an anointment that could maybe help me? And we thought of a lot for tanking and different things like that. But then you can see on here, super rare to see this ever, allocates fending. Now, fending is a skill that doesn't get a lot of use. It's down, well, a passive that doesn't get a lot of use, and it's very cheap to do. It's like 2 of the brown and a verdant. Very cheap. You can get it on your anoint for nothing. I don't even know if it'll cost you chaos. But it does 12% chance to knock enemies back on hit, which increases your knockback for your totems. And then here's the key point, 25% increase knockback distance. So every hit from your totem, well, it'll probably be around 70% of the time, 60% of the time, of your totem hits will knock back. It just so happens totems hit extremely fast. And here, let's see for you just to see real quick. Yeah, 7 casts per second. So 7 hits per second, and there's always pulling in. And since the knockback distance is increased, it pulls in further. And that's why you see those big guys not escaping when they're being pulled in. Like I ran past him, and it grabbed him and pulled him away from me. that's what's pulling him in. But what makes him stay there? Because usually you saw in the old, if you watched the old Theorycraft video, and you've seen in some of these in rat builds, some people can't be knocked back. It's a huge problem. In June missions, it was giving me trouble. I couldn't do June missions because they can't be knocked back. And I was like, how am I going to do these? And it circled around like, you know, because the delirium mobs were running out faster than I could really keep them in. And so were metamorphs. You could not use this on metamorphs because the metamorphs would outrun the knockback, or they couldn't be knocked back at all. And so we thought, I was wondering how to do it. I thought, oh, it's just a fun build. I guess I won't worry about it. And we were looking, and my brother said, maybe to increase it, look in the new Youll clusters. And I didn't want to use Youll clusters on this. I had no plan of using them. Cluster Youlls. And lo and behold, we found something broken. I was looking through, and I found this. Shrieking bolts. Now, if you're wondering why all the bosses and everything that was sucked in stayed, and it didn't try to retarget me, it's because right here, Shrieking Bolt says 35% increased projectile damage. That's great for your flame totem shoots, but then 10% chance to taunt enemies on projectile hit. Now you heard it hits 7 times a second. It has multiple beams coming off of it. The measure is 5 right now, and that's where you're going to keep it, or 4 or 5. And so hitting that fast with 4 totems up, it pulls everything in, and then it taunts them. And you can see here, enemies you taunt can only target you and deal 10% less damage to anyone else. Taunt lasts for 3 seconds. So when the flame totem is pulling them in, it taunts them for 3 seconds. They can only attack the flame totem, so they will set amongst those 4 flame totems trying to kill them, and they have a lot of life, so they usually don't die. So it's pulling them around, taunting them everywhere, and it keeps them in place because they're taunted. So now I do June missions like a breeze. I just throw up the totems. The the old masters will jump into the totems and basically kill themselves, because the closer you get to the totem, the more of the pop it's going to do to you with that little fire damage ring. And then to help you take a shield, because that was also a problem, you couldn't get 4 because you needed the projectile speed. And I only have 45% on this, but with the new cluster jewels, you can get Shrieking Bolt with Streamlined. And that causes you to have 30% increased projectile speed. And then on this cluster jewel, you can have added small passives. Skills also grant 3% increase projectile speed. So you get a little projectile speed from it and a little projectile damage. And you want 2 of these for the huge amount of projectile speed. You don't need 2 taunts. I take 2 taunts just to be safe. The build is now Chaos Knock. You get 5,500. I know it doesn't seem like much, but you have a Mind Over Matter of over 40% due to your Hierophant. You can see the Hierophant here has 10% damage taken from mana before life. So that's 40%. I think somewhere else is a 5. So you have 45% of mana taken first, and you have a nice pool of mana here mixed with your Discipline. Taken up a little bit. You still have 1368, so it adds a bit more. And considering the totems are pooling and taunting everything, you usually don't have to worry about such things. You can see with the delirium, you just run around, drop totems, and you keep moving. Now, there is one thing I will be adding soon to make it even more safe, and you didn't get to see in this, and that is phase run. I'm working now on a phase run duration setup because I have 2 gem slots I don't need, actually 3. And you're going to have phase run, so nothing is ever going to target you. It's not going to see you, and the totems will be pulling everything, especially in those delirium mad dash zones. And in this case, you can go through and do delirium as you do the map. It doesn't matter. The more things get pulled in, they're all going to get damaged anyways. So it's really fun on that. And I went a little defensive first and the mechanics first. So we'll be upping the damage too. You can already see the damage is okay. And this, but we'll be upping the damage here, here, and you will still have points to go up to here if you want to do that. Or you can take elemental right here. Or you can get rid of these when our defense goes up with gear, because our gear is not the best. But let's get on to the cost of it. This whole setup is cheap. You can get this for less than 50 chaos. The Infernal Mantle 6 link here, it is only 10 to 14 chaos. I'm not joking. For a 6 link. Torch Oak Step, you can get these for a chaos for a 4 link, and less for a non 4 link. Empire's Grasp, less than a chaos. You can get them 4 link for probably a chaos. Very cheap. Then you just want a nice wand with okay projectile speed, and you can get mana and all the stuff you love, cast speed and stuff on it. And here's the most expensive item probably that you will buy for your build, and that's Holy Flame Totem. Fires 2 additional projectiles. You don't need it. It's just comfortable and helps with the fun of the build and the overall chillness of it. Now this was actually cheap. What you do is you go on the trade site and you look up for something like a Solaris Circlet or some high-level circlet that has already the Holy Flame Totem, fires 2 additional projectiles. You buy it, and then you can just use rares on it, your alchemy orbs on it, or essences. And this took me less. This took me like 5 chaos because I would scour, and then I would rare it, and I got lucky and got this. And it's not that hard to get an okay energy shield helm, and then your shield is very cheap with the 1 to maximum number of summon totems. Extremely, yeah, I crafted this one myself too. I just took and I bought a Shaper shield for like, it was like an alteration or 2 or something like that, or an alchemy orb, and a pretty good level 1 harmonic spirit shield. And then I just rolled it with alterations, and it took me like 20-30 alterations, and I got the maximum number of summon totems. But you can get that pretty simple and easy. 1 second, taking a drink. I'll mute the mic for you. The rest, I have Innocence. You can get it 10 chaos, maybe less. Now I think it's even cheaper. So everything here, the rings were just random ones. I got 2 to 4 chaos in. I got lucky. They're pretty nice. And then the belt isn't expensive. This one is one I just bought as a base, and I'm doing it myself. The flask or whatever you want, I usually don't use them. I know I should be, but you don't have to do much when the totem does all the work. And I know you're seeing these spectres here, and you're wondering what? Well, your spectres don't die, and your golem don't die because the totems pull them in and taunt them. So you can have your spectres with a minion life and the elemental army to lower the resistance of the enemy. So you kind of want fire spectres unless you just want to have fun. And then of course your race spectre, you stone golem there. And then you'll notice that I had a fire trap here. Now there's something special about these fire traps too, flamethrower traps. So watch. So pretty, right? The flamethrower traps will go into your Empire Grasp Goliath gauntlets because it adds a level 10 knockback to them. Now I know what you're thinking. What? Yeah, your traps knock back. Every one of those fire traps, anything that's in them is pulled to the center of the fire trap. So your totems are already pulling, and then you drop those, and it pulls them in even more. Nothing escapes once it gets into this fiery hole here, like the black hole of flame here. Nothing escapes if it can be knocked back. So flamethrower trap with a fire pin support, burning damage support, and a trap and mine damage, and then has the knockback on it for knocking them back. So you can see here it all comes together pretty well for your defense. I just use Arcane Cloak, efficacy, cast when damage taken, and increased duration, which my bro helped me set up. And then I use flammability, second wind, and flame dash, so I have 4 flame dash. And then in this I just use, these are just fun ones except for your discipline. And so realistically you have 2 slots left, and that's where our phase run is going to be going, so that you have that invisibility on the map in the zone that you're in. Overall, let me show you real quick what the skill tree looks like. You can see it all from right here. We go down and get the life totems and everything like that. If you want a full build video on this with a POB link, please let me know in the comments below. These jewels also, not expensive, couple chaos. You pick them up. There's even better ones for a couple chaos on there. And you just go down all the paths you see here. And then you get a Spire of Stone Crimson Jewel. I should honestly say you really need this because your totems can't be stunned, so nothing stops them from proccing off their damage and shooting. So there you go. And yeah, it's just turned out to be a fun build. It with its taunt, it has just become insanely much stronger, and just way more variety. And after this, I'll put in perhaps I'll put in a legion. Me doing a legion, if I can find one. If I can't, just let me tell you, since I probably won't be able to find one, let me tell you, it destroys a lot of the content because it pulls everything in. So with legions, since the AoE is more than a screen away, if you could see it, let's see where it shoots real quick. Oh yeah, let's open this up. Now watch just how far it's going to shoot these things. See there? It goes all the way to here. So let me show you. That's how far those flame totems shoot, all the way to here. And that is why you see it pulling. If it has a target in front of it, it shoots those out and it keeps pulling and pulling. So we'd bring a target up here to where it could see. Right here. Now see, they see it hit them in the back. Now that taunts them and causes them to come in, which causes them to be pulled more. So you see? So I hope you enjoyed this. It's really been an amazingly fun build, probably the funnest build I've ever created with my brother, and it's just turned out to be hilarious. I don't know how it's going to work on the Conquerors because I think they're immune to both taunting and knockback. So it might not be great on Conquerors, but still doable considering you just run around and drop totems, and flame totems always amazing like that, even though you'd think the DPS is terrible. 9,485 DPS on 4 totems, so that's only like 4,000. How did it beat the bosses so quick? That's the pop-off. Deceptive, right? That's the pop-off of the totems when they hit themselves and throw out those cool things, because just think about it. So 7 a second, 7 a second, 7 a second, 7 a second. That's 28 hits a second. Now, let's just say it's going to be more than 50% on the ignite, but let's just say 50%. So so 14 ignites a second means 14 pop-offs a second. You get the picture. It starts dishing out some damage. But yeah, before I talk your head off on this very exciting build, let me know in the comments below if you want to see any more of this. If you want me to do a full build video on it, maybe full build thing on the forum. If you have any ideas for it, let me know. If you just like how I'm styling because my skin transfers and the few cosmetics I have to where I have goat hooves and an awesome devilish looking impish type character, you know, a fire demon. Well, yeah, just say it in the comments below. Dude, looks cool, right? Looks pretty awesome. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Extremely fun. Stream variety, spectres, fire traps, totems that pull everything in off of a map. Delirium viable. You'll love it. I even faced the Delirium uniques and do it. But yeah, as always, take care, be safe, and be cool to each other.